We the people of the book. I stay humble, I ain't even boasting. I'm just telling you facts. No more secret, it's gotta be spoken. We out here living a lie. We good, but they say that we equal. So put your hands up in the sky. Represent for the chosen people. Yeah, we got a lot of it. I can see the fear in them when they look at it. I don't understand that change. They don't care God, but concerned about some glacier. They always want to justify, define themselves not guilty. Try so fucked up high, living in iniquity. With the people, Shema, with the people, Shema, Shema, Israel.
Yeah, he was out there doing something he had no business. Yeah.
Shema, 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 we the people that they took. I stay humble, I will not be shaken. My people are starting to wake up. Their minds scrambling, need a shake up. They rewriting history, whitewashing images, forgery. It's all a conspiracy, crafted counsel from my enemies. They stole our identities, done away with our heritage. Had us working in the fields.
Y'all already know.
Can't get no settlements. So cruel, they took it.
Shalom, shalom, most high in Christ, and your host with the most, Judea, at One Nation Israelite School. With me,
Solomon the Benjamites.
Shalom, shalom, happy new moon.
Shalom, happy new moon.
Yes, yes. Amen.
That's crazy.
Let me start up with a second.
Far on them people that resemble Qadar. Perpetual believe they really hate us, but we quickly coming out of our hate people. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema. Israel, with the people. Shema, Shema, Israel.
Amen. I did that song a favor. This by cutting it off before that last person rap. Amen.
Hey, no.
Some of y'all need to understand how to understand. You hear your brothers and your church members rapping and singing, the song sound good, and you're just all happy and excited for them, and you want to get on there, and you just want to find a way to support them, but support them off the track. Some of y'all get on these people's songs and mess it all the way up. Tell my brotherly love, what kind of love was
that? Oh, them people stuff.
Now, I hope whoever made this song, I hope you get a whiff of this. I hope you play this. And let everybody who was on this song with you hear this. And whoever verse didn't get played, you know what it is. You know what it is.
It's over.
God gave us all gifts, and music ain't everybody's.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to enjoy this new moon. So y'all make me listen to something else like that. I'm gonna test some ass up in there.
Good job, man.
Shalom. Shalom, most high in Christ. Welcome. We back again. We going at it. Ain't we what day we trying to hit, bro? We trying to hit 40, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 40. Shalom, nation of Israel. Happy new moon. Hope all is well with the nation of Israel. And I hope y'all keeping this feast and holiness.
And having a good time doing it, okay?
I can't believe the things I have seen with my eyes. It is going down.
Okay. So it is the new moon. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, shalom, most high in Christ. Shalom, shalom, most high in Christ. Happy moon.
Sir.
That's a happy moon. See? I can't get it out. Happy new moon, man.
Happy new moon.
Now, y'all ain't, if y'all know, before we left the YouTube platform and went back Periscope, everything, well, we had some reading sessions. I think they might still be up. It's some reading sessions on here where my laughing, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, the man thought it was so funny.
It's contagious. You know what I'm saying?
It was so funny.
So y'all got to go And understand that it's gonna be a lot of laughing sometimes when you're dealing with myself.
Yes, sir.
All right, so with that being said, let's get these scriptures like a bust on their ass. Ain't it most high in Christ? It's the time of celebrating.
Yes,
Joyous
sir.
occasion. We in here together. We in here.
Yes,
We is
sir.
in here. I know it sounds quiet, but it's women in the building. We is in here. Let's go to the scripts, man. I keep saying that. You know me. I'm gonna keep going if you don't stop me.
I'm gonna go to the script right now.
So
Good job.
next thing I know, it's time to bring it out.
Yes, sir.
Happy new moon. Hey, so let's go. There's something I was gonna ask you,
Wow.
and I can't remember. Damn. You know, well, y'all, we done held y'all long enough. We done made it 6 minutes in, but see, I done made you just follow me for 6 whole minutes. You took a picture, but I think you hold it tomorrow. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, man, let's start it. So it's new moon. We're gonna go to Psalms 80. And I feel naked because I ain't got no sword with me. Yeah, man, I got caught up in the rapture. Caught up in the rapture of love. No, I'm just playing. It wasn't, I don't think it was much love because they didn't give me the job. So they told me, they said, well, we could hire you right now if you would work the Sabbaths. He didn't say the Sabbaths exactly, but he said work Saturdays. I said, he must be.
Yeah.
He must be sleeping. He must be sleeping. I don't really need this, because I got this brother here. He gonna read. I just need this precept check something real quick. Is you ready?
Oh,
You.
I'm ready.
You know to kick it off, right?
Psalms 81.
Mm-hmm.
Psalms chapter 81 and verse 1. Psalms chapter 81 and verse 1.
No, just start at 3.
Oh, all right. Psalms chapter 81 and verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast days.
So the scripture says to blow up the trumpet on a new moon, in solemn feast days and on the appointed time.
Good job.
Now, verse 4.
Verse 4. For this was a statute for Israel and the law of the God of Jacob.
So this is a statute and this is a law. Anything that is a law for the nation of Israel, we can find them where?
In the books of Deuteronomy, the first 5 books.
In the first 5 books. If it is a law, we can find it somewhere within the first 5 books.
Right.
So where are we going to prove that this law stands in the first 5 books?
I know
you know that. I'm playing with these people. You know how many people probably start turning when you say that.
All right. I'm sorry. I was just playing. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We're going to Numbers
10 and 10.
So you know how many people you don't probably.
Yeah, I knew it's not. All right, I'm done. Numbers chapter 10 and verse 10. Numbers chapter 10 and verse 10. Also, in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginning of your months, you shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offering.
Now, you know what's slick about the way this is worded?
Yeah.
Read it again.
Also, in the day of your gladness.
In the day of your who?
In the day of your gladness.
Watch it.
And in your solemn days, and in the beginning of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offering.
Now, the trick wording in there is in the time of your gladness, and then it names solemn feast days and all this other stuff. Those are the times of gladness.
Right. Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? This is like a trick phase.
Yeah.
When you read that, like, no, only certain times supposed to be happy. It's telling you when.
Right.
Those are the glad times. Those are the.
Right. Good job.
Like people, man.
Good job, son.
That was it there.
Oh, the beginnings of your months You shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings,
Right.
that they may be to you for a memorial before God. I am the Lord your God.
Right. We want to make a memorial before the Most High God as often as possible. But most definitely at the times that he told you to.
Right.
So it said over your sacrifices and over your offerings. Well, we don't necessarily sacrifice animals today, but anytime an animal dies for you to eat, it was sacrificed.
Right.
But what we're going to, we don't literally sacrifice animals today. So what is it that we would sacrifice for the Most High then?
Your black ass selves. Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
Which is your reasonable service. Meaning what? It's the least you can do. Right. It's the bare minimum. Okay? It's the bare minimum. Okay? What does that mean? You most likely ain't gonna make the kingdom with just that alone.
Right.
Why? Because that's something that everybody's doing.
Right.
The ones who get the kingdom, they go over and above. Oh, okay, you just think you just sit around on your ass and not do this. And say, oh, I kept the laws and commandments. Okay. Okay. Give me that Ecclesiastes, the duty of man. Because this is a reasonable service, meaning it's the least you could do. The least you could do is keep the present yourself holy unto God.
Right.
It's the least you could do. You did something special.
Right. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Mm-hmm. Fear God.
Fear who?
Fear God.
Uh-huh.
And keep his commandments.
And keep his commandments.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel like teaching like that so much.
But this is the whole duty of man.
That's the whole duty of man. Once again, that's the whole duty. That's what you were created to do. It's nothing special in that, sir.
Right.
Madam. There's nothing special. That's what you're supposed to do. That's the bare minimum.
Right.
Meaning everybody who might not be, who might be a part of the wave and not the drop, they're going to be, there's going to be some of them up in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The bare minimum.
Right.
That is like a mother wanting to be glorified for cooking dinner. You were supposed to do that. Okay?
Right.
There's a million other moms cooking dinner. Okay? There's nothing special about that, all right? You missed your goddamn spot because you thought that was all you had to do.
Right.
And that was the bare minimum. You know how many dudes walking around here right now? Man, shoot, I paid that goddamn with. You were supposed to do that. You know? You get a reward for that.
Right.
You should get appreciated, no doubt.
Right.
You don't get an award for that. And it's like keeping the commandments. You did the bare minimum, son. Somebody else died for you. Mm-hmm. That was the least you could have did. Mm-hmm. All right, you don't get a reward for that. So let's go back. Let's go back. My bad. Give me the
okay.
Because we talked about in Romans, right, where it says we went to Romans as a precept to show how we sacrifice ourselves. Right. Now, what is our offerings? Give me you know what I want, right? Sorry, 35.
Yeah. Sirach, chapter 35 and verse 1.
This is some good drink right here. Yeah. They talk about we shouldn't do this. If Jesus didn't like drinking, this would have changed his mind here.
Real.
This if he didn't like this would have taken Lord, I'll have another. Good night.
That's good. Yes, sir. Sirach, chapter 35 and verse 1. Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha, chapter 35 and verse 1. Mm-hmm. He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough.
Say what?
He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough.
So when we read in Numbers, when it said over your sacrifices and your offerings, your sacrifices is you.
Right.
You sacrifice yourself for the Most High.
Right.
And for the brotherhood and all those things to show yourselves worthy and meet and useful to the Most High.
Right.
And then so that's your sacrifice, you, your gains, your possessions, all the things that you're willing to give and lose pertaining to the faith and the brotherhood.
Right.
And then your offerings is what? Read that again.
He that keepeth the law bringeth offerings enough.
Your offering is you keeping the law.
Right.
So you must keep the law. That way you are giving what? Both.
Right.
Sacrifices and offering.
Right.
It's all about you. What are we showing you? Why is it saying that? Because we saying you sacrificing you now, but you gonna really be the sacrifice in the end.
What?
If you don't get it right.
Charcoal.
So, with that understanding, what are we here for? Why are we here? It says new moon.
Mm-hmm.
Blow the trumpet over the new moon, over our meal, and over our offerings, which is now ourselves, which is why we blow the trumpets ourselves. Right. So then it leads us to Leviticus.
Leviticus. That's too true. All right. Leviticus chapter 23. We're going to start over. Huh? Oh, it went. Okay, I got you. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
Right, even these are my feasts. And it says that you shall jump down to 4 or read 4.
Verse 4. These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Right, which you shall proclaim in their seasons. Now we understand that it says, in Numbers in the law, it tells us what? Blow the trumpet over your offerings and your sacrifices on the beginning of thy months and in thy times of joy. So that tells you at the beginning of a month, there must be something that we must be keeping.
Right.
So what is that something? And the reason why I stopped here, because it's important, because it said keep it in the season.
Right.
Well, the Bible already gave us a season. It's the first day of every month.
Right.
So what the hell are they celebrating?
The new moon.
Let's get the history.
You want to send this? I was going to do mine. All right. 25.
First Samuel 20.
Yeah. I won't do it. Start at 15 or? I mean 18, not 15.
Yeah.
All right. 1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 18. 1 Samuel chapter 20 and verse 18. Then Jonathan said to David, tomorrow is the new moon, and thou shalt be missed, because thy seat will be empty.
Mm-hmm.
And when thou hast stayed 3 days, then thou shalt go down quickly and come to the place where thou didst hide thyself when the business was in hand, and shalt remain by the stone.
Right. So y'all already know that David, for those who don't know, David was getting ready to hide himself because the king at the time, Saul, had an evil spirit on him, and he sought after David's life.
Right.
So David, like, I ain't going to the new moon. I'm gonna go hide myself. Now he's talking to Jonathan, which happens to be his very best friend, which happens to be Saul's son.
Right.
Now Saul's son was a very loyal man, and obviously righteous, because he chose David over himself to be the next king.
Right.
So with that being said, all you have to do is then understand that he said, I need to hide myself. This was the signal to let him know if my father was trying to kill him or not. I don't want to run, I don't want to be long-winded because I run y'all a whole history if I have to. But we just gonna read what happened. So he decided to hide himself, and this was the way of them letting him know that, hey man, he hiding me. He's out to kill you or not, because Jonathan wasn't 100% sure if that was the intentions of his father.
Right.
But David was sure.
Right.
But Jonathan, being a good friend, he wouldn't betray his homie.
Right.
And he let him know what the scoop was, and this is how he did it.
And shall remain by the stone Ezel, and I would shoot 3 arrows on the side thereof, as though I shoot at a mark. Excuse me. And behold, I would send a lad, saying, go find out the arrows. If I expressly say unto the lad, behold, the arrows are on the side of thee, take them, then come down, for there is peace to thee, and no hurt, as the Lord liveth.
22.
Okay, 22. But if I say thus unto the young man, behold, the arrows are beyond thee, go thy way, for the Lord hath sent thee away.
Right. So that was a lot of people. I'm glad we read that, because that let you know people haven't been reading. Because a lot of people for the longest asked me, where was it at that Jonathan, like how did David find out if Saul was trying to kill him? They all thought that when we said it was something about the arrows being shot, they thought that was foolishness.
That's crazy.
Now we read it. There you have it. That was the history. That was the sign that he was sending him to let him know. So anywho, the new moon comes, and nonetheless, David did not show. Let's go to read 24.
Verse 24. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon was come, the king sat him down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat, as at other times, even upon a seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Saul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spake not anything that day, for he thought something had befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean.
Now he said something must have been following him, because he is not clean. Why? Because it was not common. It is not a common thing for you to miss the new moon. Something serious, something got to be going on. You can't just miss the new moon because you chose not to. You didn't want to be there. Right. That's why why you read about this on this particular feast day. It has sacrifices, because that's what your ass gonna be if you don't, if you decide you ain't gonna keep these commandments. You're gonna be the sacrifice. But anywho, it's lucky.
I did not. He just got on stuff.
So. New moon's there. David is not in his place.
Right.
Saul says, man, something got to be wrong. He got to be unclean or something, because he ain't here. Showing once again how serious the new moon was, and that we rarely missed it.
Right.
Go ahead.
25. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 25. Oh, no, 27. I'm sorry. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the second day of the month.
When?
Which was the second day of the month.
So if this is the morrow, which is the second day of the month, when was the new moon?
On the first day of that month.
The new moon was the first day of the month.
Right.
Therefore, when we read in Leviticus, it says keep it in its appointed time and in the season.
Right.
This particular feast day would be the beginning of every month.
Right.
The first day. All right.
Right.
So now let's get Leviticus real quick. Leviticus 7 and 21 to show. No. As a fact, read it. 7 and 21. I'm gonna show you what I mean by he thought something had to happen to David because he didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you why he thought that. Remember, he said he must be unclean. Surely he's unclean. Right. I'm gonna show you why he thought that.
Leviticus chapter 7 and verse 21. Leviticus chapter 7 and verse 21. Moreover, the soul that shall touch any unclean thing, as the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing, and eat of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offering, which pertaineth unto the Lord, even that soul shall be cut off from his people.
So understand this. If you was to touch something unclean, let's say if you considered unclean, and you ate a piece of the offering that's pertaining to the Lord, like the new moon feast, your soul gets cut off. You cannot be eating of the feasts of the Lord and stuff unclean. So that was something that, they didn't teach us that.
Yeah, that's heavy. Easy. That turned my head.
You couldn't be there, put you to death. So yeah, that was something that we wasn't taught in. Just flush it right under the boat like it ain't in there. But that's what it say. That's what it say. All right.
That's heavy.
Most High Christ. All right, so we did that. So now we showed that our forefathers did keep the new moon in its proper time.
Right.
Okay. Now, so with that, how do they know when the new moon's coming, though, bro? You know what I'm saying? We reading, but how did they know when it was coming? How do we know?
Like, damn, where you want to start?
Which one you at?
It's because I'm already at 32, but I'm like, damn.
Which one you want? I mean, which one you at? What?
I'm gonna start 43. About the time. Oh, you want the times appointed?
Yeah. The sign for the moon, sign of feast.
Since we're the right time, the sign of the world. In the moment. All right. So right at that verse. Or do you want me to read it to you?
Where you at?
Sirach 43. It's verse 7. But
yeah, start at 6, I guess.
Sirach chapter 43 and verse 6. Sirach chapter 43 and verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time.
He said he made the moon to do what?
To serve in her season.
Because her season is night.
Right.
But she also runs the other seasons and it'll explain itself.
For a declaration of times.
It's a what?
Declaration of time.
The moon is our declaration of time. The sun gives us the light. The moon gives us the time.
Right. And the sign of the world.
And the sign of the world. Come on.
For the moon is the sign of feast.
And the moon is the sign of who?
Is the sign of feast.
Because we get a new moon and then you follow those days by however many days and it lets us know. Let's say we have the feast of the Memorial of the Trumpets, right?
Right.
That's the 7th month, biggest new moon of the year. So what we do, we count 7 new moons. And it's him. And we celebrate it.
Right.
Then you got what's that? Tabernacles.
Right.
7th month, 15th day.
Right.
We count 7 new moons. On that new moon, we count
feast day.
An extended 14 on, and we out of there.
Right.
And we in the trumpets.
Yes, sir.
All right. So by the moon tells us everything. The moon tells us when our feast days. That's how we track it. Go ahead.
And the sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast. A light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name.
The month is called after her name. They got the word month from the word moon.
Right.
All right. And it says that a light decreasing in her perfection. And what else?
Okay. Increasing wonderfully in her changing.
And then increasing wonderfully in her changing. So increasing wonderfully in her changing.
Right.
It increases when it's changing.
Wait, I was like, damn, yeah.
Increasing in her changing. Increasing in her changing.
That's heavy. Damn, I never caught that shit because I was taught.
Bingo. So
it's tough.
All that's giving you is saying that the moon itself, it is a light that has many phases.
Right.
One night, a certain part of the month, it's going to be full and lit up. And we call that halfway through.
Right. It's good.
Then they go to decreasing and getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until you can't see it no more. You know what I'm saying? And then we call that the new moon because it can't do nothing but appear from there.
Right.
But yeah, you feel me?
Right.
So I ain't got to talk like me.
Boy, your baby so man.
I told y'all this would have made this right here. This tastes like Christ stirred it with his finger.
I'm telling you, it's been a love LA.
So with that, give me that in 43. That's Iraq.
43.
Mm-hmm.
You still want me to finish this off?
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Let's
Hold on. Are we
yeah,
finished with 43?
No, we ain't finished. This 43 right here, we about to be finished with after that.
Okay.
All right. Verse 8. Sirach chapter 43 and verse 8. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her change.
The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully after her change. Go ahead.
Being an instrument of the armies above.
Being an instrument of the armies above. It's the biggest instrument in the sky, honestly,
Yeah,
at the night. Of the armies above, where you see the stars, the clouds. The moon is the biggest instrument up there in the night.
Right.
Go ahead.
Shining in the firmament of heaven.
Shining in the ozone, in other words.
Right.
All right. Give me the now the new moon is special. How long is the new moon? Literally
A day.
1 day.
Yeah.
Give me that why does 1 day?
I got you right now. Sirach chapter 33 and verse 7. Sirach chapter 33 and verse 7. Why doth 1 day excel another?
Mm-hmm.
When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun.
So it says, why does 1 day excel another? Why is 1 day higher than another? Why is 1 day better than another when every day is lit by the sun?
Right. By the knowledge.
By whom?
By the knowledge.
By the knowledge, by the understanding, by the laws of the Most High God.
Of the Lord, they were distinguished.
They were separated.
Right.
The Most High God decided this day is special, and this day is just a regular day.
Right.
This day means a lot, and this day means shit.
Nothing.
This day you're gonna eat good, and this day, hell, if you eat, you eat.
You might starve. Right.
And then this day you better not taste a goddamn thing.
Right. Dry mouth and the hungry ass stomach.
Most High in Christ. So that's just what it is. 1 day excels another because the Most High said so.
Right. Can't be what he said.
So,
all right.
are we missing something?
And he altered seasons and feasts.
And he did who?
He altered seasons and feasts.
All right, that's self-explanatory.
Some of them have he made high days.
Some have he made high days, higher than the other, holy.
And hallowed them.
Hallowed them means he made them holy.
Right. And some of them have he made ordinary days.
Some of them just ordinary. The same thing he did with our people. Some people he made them holy and special and peculiar unto himself.
Right.
And then other people just people.
All right. That's heavy. A lot of people ain't gonna like that.
It is what it is.
So be it.
Yes. And by the way, it's a new moon.
Yes, sir.
But you could also I feel like we're forgetting something though.
Nehemiah.
Go ahead. Nehemiah
10:35.
Let's go to Nehemiah 10 and 35, people.
Hold on. This is the book I be they get lost. All right. Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 35. Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 35.
Yeah, so we got we see that new moon is supposed to be kept. We see that our forefathers kept it. We see why it's special and how to know when it's coming. So now I guess the only thing left to cover is do's and don'ts.
Right.
Well, we know obviously the do's is have a feast.
Right.
Come before the Lord, go over the scripts, and be in happiness and joy.
Right.
But
keep it serious.
That's right, and it's supposed to be serious too. It's well, that's the serious is about. That's just to show you exactly. Well, it's like I'm getting tongue twisted. But that seriousness also goes into it shows about like how serious it is for us to actually keep it.
Right. You wanna know what's crazy too? That seriousness just hit down upon me. That means with sincerity.
Bingo.
That's heavy. It just dawned on me like
sincere, because dog, I'm glad you said that, Sko. You know how many people could be sitting up in the damn feast and not be sincere about it?
That's real. It hit me. That's why I was like, damn, the Most High God be sending a message to you.
The thing about it, he said be serious, and then it said it's the time of gladness.
Right.
Now imagine you sitting in the congregation and you got malice, envy, anger.
Hate, all that.
But they be in there,
Shalom.
And then they call him Deacon. We don't call him Deacon such and such. He Shalom. I'm trying to fuck with you. You got to know he got secret hate.
Hey, shalom, nigga. Shalom, brother.
Get us off this damn show.
Right, man. I almost said Shalom chapter 10 on Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring whereof any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7th year in the extraction of every debt.
Yeah, so that's showing how we didn't buy merchandise on Sabbaths. For that, because the moon is to be kept in the same fashion.
Right.
It's the verse I'm looking for. That's why I'm doing it. Give me, I think it's Amos though.
Oh yeah, 8 and 5.
Yeah, there it is.
My fault. I had jumped too far again to Nehemiah. I tried to get to 13 too. That's why I was like, yeah, you ain't never lied. Amos chapter 8 and verse 5. Amos chapter 8 and verse 5. Saying, when will the new moon be gone?
Right. So you got these niggas over here tonight. So when the new moon gonna be gone? So that lets you know what type of spirit they was in. Right. They was not enjoying the new moon, obviously.
Right.
But why?
They feast. Saying, when will the new moon be gone? That we may sell corn.
That we may do what?
Sell corn. And the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat. So
you see how I said the new moon and the Sabbath that we may sell wheat, showing that there's obviously a separation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's obviously a separation, but it's to be reverenced like a Sabbath. It's not saying it is.
Right.
It's to be reverenced, meaning don't overlook it.
Right. Because the Sabbath is a holy day, just like this is a holy day. It's been hallowed.
All right. So go to damn, that slipped my mind.
Damn, I hate when that shit happens.
You just read something.
Nehemiah 8 and 5.
No.
I know I read Nehemiah before that.
What's this? Oh, yeah, that. Right. That was Amos 8 and 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Amos 8 and 5. That's what we just read that one more time.
All right.
See if that thought come back.
Amos chapter 8 and verse 5. Amos chapter 8 and verse 5. Saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn, and the Sabbath, that we may set forth wheat?
So we want to know when they can sell corn and all that foolishness and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they can't do it on the new moon because people ain't buying it on the new moon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they want the Sabbath to be gone too because you ain't allowed to buy it on the Sabbath. But
right.
This is a feast day. We come together, we eat, we enjoy.
Right.
We dance. All right, so we got no cooking. I mean, that's what the hell I said. Salakia.
What's up? They with no food.
Yeah, we ain't selling nothing on the on the new moon, all right?
No buying, selling, and trading.
We will be cooking.
Hey.
We will be eating. I had a brother ask me that last time because we warm our food on the Sabbath. We don't cook it.
Right.
So he was like, "No, y'all don't eat on the Sabbath.
Y'all don't eat."
He like, "No," he said, "Y'all don't." He said, "Y'all don't eat."
Yeah, that's what be killing me.
Oh, we just sitting up here having a healthy conversation with you. Hungry as a motherfucker.
Bro, gonna make it worse. I'm thinking he gonna tell the man we eat. He gonna tell me, "Nah, we just sit there hungry." Just having a conversation. He gonna tell me, "Oh hell no." Hey, Jit was not hearing that after that shit.
So yeah, you know how you try to be sarcastic because that was a dumb question. Oh, so
Right.
y'all don't eat?
Right.
It's like, nah, we don't eat, brother. We just we sit up and never be hungry. We ask each other questions,
Right.
and he believed it.
Yes.
And we thought he was gonna say, "Oh, you want to be a smart ass?" He was,
Oh,
oh,
I can't do that. That boy was hot. He wasn't feeling that shit.
say, Lord, spare some sense. Spare some sense. Spare some sense. All right, so ain't no buying. I mean, yeah, no buying corn on the Sabbath. No buying corn on new moons and stuff, man. Don't be buying people corn and you fast and stuff. And I guarantee, well, I ain't gonna say guarantee, but it's gonna be hard to find somebody trying to sell you some corn. So don't buy whatever they trying to sell you.
Straight up. Another thing it sounds like you're saying is have your ass prepared.
Be prepared.
It ain't no last minute, I gotta go buy corn.
Yeah.
None of that. It's too late. No selling, trading, buy.
Yeah, man. What if you go buy some corn from an unclean nation? You done bought unclean food to the damn sack. No, just playing.
They touched my corn, didn't it? Did they wash my shit? It's unclean. Abomination.
Don't buy corn on the Sabbath, y'all, or the new moon.
Yes, sir.
No.
It's forbidden.
All right, so in a nutshell, that's the new moon. You got more verses you want to cover?
Just one more.
Oh yeah,
Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 17.
Nehemiah chapter 13 and 17. I ain't read all night. Now I want to act like I'm gonna read it. Nehemiah 13 and 7, and it reads, "Then I contended with the nobles of Judah and said unto them, What evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day?"
Right. So right here, he said he contended with the nobles. How did he contend with the nobles? By the holy word of the Most High God. When he brought it out, he was like, man, what is this evil thing y'all doing? You profaning the Sabbath day? Verse 18.
Verse 18, and it reads, "Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon, yet ye bring more wrath, Israel, by profaning the Sabbath."
I want y'all to catch how he said that. That's almost like, damn, y'all don't learn? Didn't our forefathers do the same thing and give us the same judgment?
Right, they're fouling the hell out the Sabbath
Right.
and the moons and stuff.
We keep breaking it over and over. That's why we want to slate. We won't hearken. This is
What's
great.
wrong with y'all?
Won't listen.
You don't get hard-headed.
It's tripping, man.
Can't get right.
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 It
A
does.
nation that can't get
Get
right.
That's a.
That's sad.
You wanna know what? It made sense. Can't get right because play some sports, can it?
Damn. Oh,
That's
shit.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Oh,
He
shit.
can do everything else, but his ass couldn't get right.
Hey, and you know what? That goes with I said, what's that? Jeremiah 4:22. I think when you say my people are foolish or something, yeah, they good at doing wise, but I mean they wise to do evil, but when it comes to doing good, they got no fucking sense.
Yeah. That was
No
the heavy
understanding.
scripture.
No understanding whatsoever. This is heavy though. I like this.
Verse 19.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to dark before the Sabbath,
When did the gates begin to close?
before the gates began to, Salakia. When it came to pass, Salakia, God damn it.
I do the same thing.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to dark before the Sabbath.
Letting you know that you better have got everything done before the Sabbath.
You mean not morning to morning?
No. He said get that shit done
Nah,
for that sun.
Nah, I know goddamn well they start when I wake up.
The most I got say he'll give a damn. What did he say? He said, do my gates close before at morning time or at night?
Close it before night.
Thank you.
That's what it says, dude.
And that's when the Sabbath began. Repeat.
Man, goddamn, I could believe goddamn St. John read for me when we try to tell them goddamn niggas that shit.
That's what we're trying to hear.
St. John was reading for me when we try to tell them niggas that shit.
I'm trying to hear none of it. Read on.
We don't keep messing with him, right? Verse 19. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to dark before the Sabbath, I command that the gates be shut, and charged that they should not be open till the Sabbath, till after the Sabbath.
I'm gonna tell you why that part right there was key alone. He commanded for the gates to be shut because Israel some hard-headed Negroes. If the gates continue to be open, we'll be buying, selling, and trading on the Sabbath.
Man, right, them 20s over here.
First pass, nigga.
And some of it says, in charge that they should be not open till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants sat I at the gates that there should be no burdens brought in on the Sabbath day. And so the merchants and sellers of all kinds of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice.
Right.
Then I testified against them
With the Bible.
and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall?
What the hell y'all doing around these walls?
If you do so again,
And if you do this shit here again,
I will lay hands on you.
I'm gonna put them things on your ass.
From that time came they no more on the Sabbath day.
And they knew he was dead ass serious. He put hands on some brothers before.
Right.
They was like, nah, we know him.
Right. Now what I want y'all to see was how he came. He said, what the hell y'all doing? Did
Right.
not our forefathers do the same thing, profaning the Sabbath?
Right.
And like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing we read. Go to Ezekiel 22. Ezekiel 22 and 26.
Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 26. Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 26. Her priests have violated my law.
Her priest did what?
Her priests have violated my laws
Breaking up shit. Come on.
and have profaned my holy things.
Damn.
That's heavy. They have put no difference between the holy.
They did what?
They put no difference.
Y'all ain't put no difference, meaning y'all try to make everything the same. You put no difference.
Right.
What between what was what?
Between the holy and profane. Neither have they shown difference between the clean and the unclean. I mean, the unclean and the clean.
That's what it's saying. You ain't put no difference between. That's how y'all Sunday churches did. Your Sabbath is Sunday.
Right. Foolishness.
Potato head motherfucker. I just don't make it a damn Sabbath.
Right. You keep the Sabbath in bed a week.
That's what they say.
Even though it's able to claim it in this season.
Where I say, damn, y'all done turned to God.
Then they don't want to keep it right.
Right.
I said, man, that's the craziest Sabbath ever seen.
I know. I told somebody that I was keeping. I can't buy anything because New Moon. They were like, I thought you were supposed to do that on the Sabbath. I'm like, technically it is. I was like,
Right.
I'm like, you didn't read that in the Bible?
Right.
Real. Yeah, they be tripping, man.
I'm telling
Now
you.
I'm understanding though that what they wouldn't care to understand.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
And Christian folks, they swear they know it all, but the feast days is foreign to them.
Right. Now, I don't know how the hell you keep a Sabbath when you got a woman with some gold spandex up there clapping her ass cheeks. What kind of Sabbath is this?
That's what's been going on in Sunday churches though.
Yes. That's crazy to me.
That's been going on in Sunday churches. They got this. I don't know if y'all know, but well, if y'all remember, but they had this little trend going for about a month. Somebody twerking for Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had another one afterwards talking about make you clap for Jesus.
I'm talking about, I said, damn, the whole edition went to the next level. First it was just twerking. Now it's not. You don't get up here and shake it if it don't clap. and then he said, this is all in the Lord's house.
Right.
Right. That's the thing.
I said, now how she making it clap for Jesus, but you stand?
Right.
Right.
Not
What the eyes of Jesus?
The Lord told y'all to be chaste.
Right. Restrained.
But
Niggas.
but this is the wickedness that's just going down here, man.
Yeah.
It is.
So we could stay on the Sunday church all night and tell you about all the hypocrisy and bullshit going on up in there.
What?
But I would prefer
Turns to a 5-hour class.
to enjoy the rest of this new moon.
Man, wow.
So with that being said, Y'all kiss my ass. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom.
Happy New Moon. Hope y'all enjoy y'all stuff. We about to enjoy ours.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Moon.
Happy New Moon.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Yeah.
Shalom. Shalom.
You sound like a pig.
Hey, everybody out there. Shalom. Happy feast. We over here. We in Ohio. Baby, we in what we at in Ohio? Hey. Shalom, Most High Christ.
Shalom, Most High Christ.
Y'all know that sound like somebody grandma.
Yeah, for real.